Hello and happy Easter! It is the end of the month, so I'm going to be recapping my goals. I feel bad because I think I only had one video this month on this channel other than my, talking about my March goals in the first place, so, but I guess I'll be talking about why that is. Not that there's a huge reason, but, so heading right into it. So I kind of went out on a limb a little bit this month and had a few more goals than I usually did because I got the, paid version of LifeTake, so that way I could do as many goals as I want. So I knew that I wouldn't necessarily do everything, but right off the bat, I'm gonna just say the one where I failed miserably this month is the, bento thing that I wanted to do. I had plans, and I did a good job, I think, planning it out and figuring out, what recipes I wanted to do, and I drew pictures of what I wanted each bento to look like, and had, I did a good job planning it. It's just execution. I had trouble finding the time. And time was an issue in general this month for a couple of different reasons. One was work, just shouganai ne. There's not much helping it. Work was, I knew that February was going to be really rough when it came to work, but I wasn't expecting March to be rough as well. So, February I kind of pulled back a little bit, but March was a little bit more unexpected. So, I would have days when I would just get home from work and then keep working until I went to bed. It's like, I don't know, there's not much I can do there. It is what it is. So hopefully that'll get better, but who knows. So I'm going to be a little bit more conservative with my goals for April. Just knowing that I don't know, work is still kind of time-consuming. So there's that. And then the other part for month of March was the fact that I had a lot of good things happening as well. I had a good friend of mine stay at my apartment for a week, which was a lot of fun, but, so I was just, too busy having fun with her to be more productive, but I'm totally fine with that because we had a good time. And then, my sister was here this weekend for Easter weekend, so again, I'm happy that, I had a really, really great time. Easter's my favorite holiday, so, it was fun to celebrate with her. We did a little egg hunt, and we've just, been cooking and going out. So again, I don't want my, Japanese learning and piano learning to get in the way of having fun experiences, and I also, work has to come first, so just kind of, it is what it is. So the bento thing just did not work out, unfortunately. I did have fun planning it, so there's that, and I do really enjoy bento and wish I could get more into it. It's just a big hassle, unfortunately, just getting the right ingredients and just making it and finding the time to make it, and then I also wanted to film that process, and it was just too much work. So maybe in the future, but so that one I just kind of halfway through the month I just even took it off my list. I was like, there's no way that this is going to get done with everything else that I'm doing. So there's that, but other than that, things were pretty okay, considering. So let's go right through. Exercise, just work out once a week. There was one week where I did not work out, and that was, again, when my friend came and stayed with me. Basically, her lease ended a week before her next lease started, so she just stayed with me for a week, so she was doing a lot of moving. So the weekend that I was helping her move and stuff, it was just a lot of, lifting boxes, and so that week I didn't really work out as much, I didn't go running or anything, but with all the lifting and whatnot, I didn't feel too bad about it, so I kind of counted that. But yeah, and then I have one more workout today to do, and I'm going to do it, and so, yeah. I do wish I could think of, I don't know, better workout stuff, but I'll be talking about that in the next video. So, doing okay when it comes to that. Next up, habits and to-dos. So the habits that I was trying to form was making sure that I cleaned my stuff right after work that was from lunch, my dishes and whatnot. The fact that I tidy up my clothes every day. the looking at my calendar every day, and then the new thing that I added was checking my bank account every week and labeling everything and just looking over my expenses. So I'm really glad I did the bank account thing. I'm going to keep doing that every week. I think it's just nice to look at where I'm spending my money and just keeping that kind of thing in mind, keeping that kind of thing organized. So I'm going to keep doing that, and I'm going to keep, I didn't necessarily do the best job of doing the daily things every single day, like tidying up my clothes or looking at my calendar, but I'm going to keep that on the list of, I think, things that I want to do, because especially the calendar thing, I think it helps me stay grounded and not as overwhelmed with everything that I have to do, because it's all kind of laid out for me and I'm feeling organized and good. So those were good. Didn't have too many big to-dos. I had some medical things that I have taken care of, so that's good. Working on my taxes, so that's good. And planning vacations and whatnot, so on track for that. Next up is, I'm going to quickly, piano goals. So my main goal, so I wanted to practice every day. And I didn't necessarily do it every single day, but for the most part I think I did pretty good on that. Just sitting down even for like 5 minutes and doing something. I might have missed a few days here and there, but in general I think I did pretty fine on that, even if it was for short times at a time. And then the kind of main goal that I wanted to do was learn a song. And the song that I was trying to learn, I knew it was kind of a lofty goal to do this in a month with everything that I had going on. So, and I kind of like divided the song up in parts and every week tried to master a part of it. So I made pretty good progress, but I'm definitely not at the point where I can play that song yet. But I have been working on it, and so I'm feeling okay with that. And on top of that, I actually learned a different song. Like, it's something that I learned a long time ago, and it's a much easier song, so I just learned that one entirely. So I kind of feel like I made up for it that way. At least I kind of did something. I don't know. Piano is not something that I want to become a master at, but it's something that I think is kind of nice and therapeutic, and so I'm glad that I'm putting the time into it. So even if it's just the 10 minutes a day, I don't plan on becoming great doing that, but it's a nice little mini hobby that that I'm doing, so I'm glad with that. And then the last thing that I'm doing for piano is just watching those lessons every week. And again, I have one more to do today, and then I'll be good. So that's piano, good stuff there. All right, Japanese goal. So this one I had quite a bit going on for myself in the sense that a few different things depending on the time. So the first 2 weeks I was making videos in Japanese every day. And I think I did all but 2 or 3 in those 2 weeks. And then for the rest of them that I didn't get to, I missed a couple of days, and I ended up making those up later. And again, one more today. I'll be filming, a video in Japanese for myself today, and then I'll be good on that one. So again, missed a few days during the 2 weeks, but because I'm making it up, hopefully more or less okay. And I think also the fact that, okay, so I had topics for myself for every video, and I would first like kind of talk about how my day's going or how my goals are going or whatever, but then I would have something to talk about, and I think that was really, really great. It depending on the topic I had, it was good. Like, there were certain topics where I just kind of talked about it for a minute and then didn't really have much to say. But then there were certain topics, like one that I gave myself was my trip to Italy or my trip to Japan. And whenever it was something like that, there was a lot to talk about. But then one was like, what are my favorite books? And I just kind of was like listing them out, but I didn't have that much to say. So it depends. But I do think that was a good idea. It's a nice way to practice talking about different things, is to give yourself a topic to talk about and just talk, even if it's just to yourself. So that was good. And then the last 2 weeks, the focus was on Tadoku, and that one I did not do as well. That's when, first of all, like, my friend was living with me, so just was having too much fun to read every day. So my goal was 20 pages of manga, or I later on kind of counted like 20 minutes of a show with subtitles every day. And I did not do them every day, but I would catch up every once in a while. So basically, like today, I did about 100 pages. I'm trying to catch up, and I'm pretty much caught up. So more or less, I would have done my goal, but I do think it's better to do it every day, you know, more consistently. I think that's just kind of better. So, yeah, but I still did. It's better than nothing, you know. So hopefully in future Tadokus I could do a little better. But again, just some practice is better than none. Flashcards, doing okay. I'm falling behind. I'm working on them every day, but I haven't been able to get them down to 0 in a little bit. So I'm working on that. I'm going to try and get that back into gear in the next few days and get completely caught up. So those are my flashcards. And then variety shows. Okay, variety shows is where... So this month I had a bunch left over from last month that I wanted to catch up on, and that's where I caught up on a couple of them, but I still have a lot that I'm behind on from back in, I mean, so some didn't come, I mean, are from like December. I mean, they haven't come out until more recently where I was able to get them, but I mean, so it's like getting outdated now and I want to just watch them. So I am behind on those, but I will work on that. And I did an okay job of keeping up with the rest. I'm behind on a couple of things, so I'll be talking about that in the next video. That's kind of where I want my focus to be. But so yeah, those are variety shows, and that's my Japanese goal. So again, this month ended up being busier than I expected, and even though I knew that I probably wasn't going to be doing all of my goals perfectly, it was still it went a little bit worse than I thought, while still getting a little bit done. So it is what it is. I still had, you know, a decent month. I had a really awesome Easter. Hope you did too. And I'll be talking about my April goals in the next video.